Hey everyone, today I've got your Crimson Peak movie review. In the aftermath of a family tragedy, a woman falls in love and they end up living in a house full of spookiness and mystery. What could possibly go wrong now? As far as the story goes, Guillermo del Toro directs a horror film that may not technically be considered a horror film after all, or so the marketing suggested, which kind of put me on edge until I ended up seeing this movie. I honestly would say that I wasn't too disappointed going into this film knowing that aspect alone, but I was interested in seeing this movie anyway. This movie does have this sort of gothic romance vibe to it and has the characters, they're going to a fancy party where they might be judged by high society, considering that one girl, she's got her talents and then she ends up getting hit on by like this really hot rich guy. They don't seem to care because it's just this entangled love story, and it treats it as if it's more horrific than what's being led on, especially with all the twists that are involved with the plot. Especially with that opening scene alone, which leaves you curious to know exactly what is all gonna go down, because that's actually a shot that's supposed to happen later on in the movie, so it's kind of interesting to see sort of that build up until that point. As far as the casting goes, you've got Mia Wasikowska, who plays this writer who is interested in writing about like ghosts and like anything horrific. She seems like this really nice, shy girl until she, meets Tom Hiddleston, who plays this like Lord something or other, and he seems very charming, and he definitely feels like he's got the upper hand in this situation, and he really feels like he has these true feelings for her. So I can definitely buy that love story aspect of the movie until he whisks his new bride away to his house just out in the countryside to meet his sister, Lucille, played by Jessica Chastain. And, I could definitely buy her acting at times. It was kind of not as believable in a way, but I still enjoyed watching her performance in this movie as well as the other two actors. And then here comes an actor who previously worked with Guillermo del Toro in Pacific Rim, and I am talking about Charlie Hunnam, who seems to be the guy who I kind of wish, ended up with Mia Wasikowska in the first place, considering all that she's been through in her life. And this guy seems like a perfect, sweet guy, and, he doesn't have to be, like, super rich or anything. At least he's hot, and at least he's got, a nice, decent personality. But then you have to go with Loki. Way to go, Alice in Wonderland. So the things that I did like about this movie, obviously the production design was pretty impressive, and it definitely showcased that, atmosphere with all the dark scenes happening, and it also had some creepy moments that, I would say some of those scenes definitely made me jump or at least cringe, but I wouldn't say I was completely put off by this movie. And I didn't mind getting into the whole romance aspect of the film, even though I kind of wanted to be scared more. Like I said, I feel like that was just a bad marketing move to make this movie out to be scarier than what it appeared to be. The things that I didn't really like about this movie, like I said, I wish I was scared more watching this movie, especially a movie that could have had potential to lead to something better than what I was getting. I don't even know why this movie was rated R in the first place, because I would have loved to see a true horrific rated R film that also had some other substance going on, but I feel like it was more focused on the romance part of it, so that's why it could be a little bit misleading. I still liked the movie in the end. So overall, I would say that Crimson Peak is one of those movies that maybe not everybody will enjoy, but I think it's still worth a watch because it does have really dark themes to it, and it just, you have to really dig deep to understand how this all sort of spun together. I would recommend checking this out, and I would give this 4 hearts on the heart rate scale. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought of Crimson Peak. If you didn't like it, what is your favorite Guillermo del Toro film? And as always, you guys can subscribe to my channel. I've got more movie reviews, movie updates coming every week for a Chill Thursday video. You guys can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, and I will see you guys later.